It is time for the NBA Finals. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and it is that time, baby. NBA Finals between two huge market teams, Oklahoma City and Indiana. Just what the NBA wanted. But crazy to think the NBA season's wrapping up already. It's almost time to start digging into NFL research. It just keeps going on and on. Gotta love it. But we got a lot to unpack here for the finals, and we got a big video for you. We'll let you know in just a second. But quick reminder, MLB Best Bets video will be out after this one for the Thursday slate, so be sure to check it out. But of course, any graphics you see in this video are from an app called OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. Click that link below, you get a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it. I'm going to go 2 dad jokes. Let's kick it off. It's been a while for NBA. It's the NBA Finals, so here we go. Leave a comment. Let me know if you like any of them, actually. First one. At the age of 65, my grandma started walking 10 miles per day. She's 90 now. We have no idea where she is. Okay? I used to work for the circus. I was a human cannonball until they fired me. Alrighty. In this video, we are going to recap Game 6 real quick from OKC, Minnesota. Nobody cares, I get it. But we'll just recap what we did on that game. And then I'm going to give you some trends. That's right. We're going to talk NBA Finals trends. You guys, if you follow me in NFL, you know I do some. I do NFL trends every single weekend. So I'll just give you one page of those, and then I'm going to give you 2 series bets that I like, some futures, and then I have 3. That's right, 3 best bets for Game 1. We got a lot of action. Let's dive right into it. But of course, we will finish it with that recap as well. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and come join this awesome community. Let's get it rolling, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is. We actually had 2 days to recap. Thursday, Josh Hart over 8.5 rebounds. He got the job done. And then Pacers plus 4.5. It wasn't really even close. And then Saturday, Cat over 21.5. I think he ended with 22, cashed it for us. And then Benedict Mathurin over 9.5 points. The Carlisle, all of a sudden, after scoring 20-plus points in 2 straight games, said, you know what, you're not going to play much. And he just flat out did not. So that's sometimes with the playoff rotations. But 2-2, as you can see, we're up 29 units on the season, down 2.35 in the playoffs. But that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk some trends. All right, let's start out with some finals trends and stats. If you guys know, I like some trends, that's for sure. Now, maybe some of these help you win some bets. Maybe it doesn't, but either way, it's fun to go over. Pacers 66-1 to win it all at the start of the season. That would be the biggest long shot to win the title in the last 40 years. Thunder right now minus 700 favorites. 33 teams have been minus 400 or higher in the NBA Finals to win it. Those teams are 30-3 in the finals. They do pretty well. Since 2005, the underdog in Game 1 of the NBA Finals is a brutal 2-18 straight up and 3-17 against the spread. Since 1996, those teams, those underdogs in Game 1, 4-25 straight up, 8-21 ATS. Obviously, if you go in that one, you just take OKC to absolutely boat race them in Game 1. Indiana is 11-5 against the spread in the playoffs, including 6-2 straight up and ATS on the road. Really, really impressive. They're also 4-0 straight up and ATS after a loss, winning by an average of 18.4 points per game. So something to keep in mind, maybe after a loss this series. But the first half unders in the NBA Finals, this is one of those to look into. They are 66, 44-4 since 2005, and they've actually gone 18-4 to the first half under in the last 4 finals. I mean, it is absolutely dominating. Thunder 29-2 straight up and 23-6-2 against the spread this season versus the Eastern Conference. I mean, they are the Eastern Conference's daddy. It is insane. And then the last one, 15 of the last 20 teams with home court advantage have won the NBA Finals. 75%, that would be the Thunder. Obviously, the Thunder are the favorites for a reason. But that's what we got for the stats and trends. And now let's talk Game 1. All right, here we go. We head out to Oklahoma City where the Thunder host the Indiana Pacers in Game 1 of the Finals. Thunder minus 9.5. Total in this one is 231. They played twice in the regular season. Thunder won both games, 120-14, 132-11. They were in December and March. It doesn't mean a lot to me, to be honest with you. I'm going to get right into it. So I got a total of 5 bets. We're going to start out with 2 series bets, so some futures here, and then I'll talk Game 1 best bets as well. So series bet number 1, probably not a bet that a lot of people will like. I'm going to go over 5.5 games at plus 115 on DraftKings. Do I think the Pacers can give us one of the biggest finals upset in history? Probably not. but I think they can compete a little bit here. I just need 2 wins by the Pacers, or if the Pacers win the series, I need 2 by the Thunder. That would be wild. But Pacers on the road is also what makes me like this bet. They're 6-1 straight up on the road in the playoffs as an underdog, which is just wild to me. We know how the Indiana plays. They're up tempo style of basketball, much different than OKC has seen in the playoffs, especially last round when they played a slow down defensive battle with Minnesota. Indiana has the potential to get hot from deep and just become really tough to defend all over the court. We've seen that. Now we know Oklahoma City is the #1 defense in the league, but a weakness is Indiana, and for Indiana is that rebounding. The Thunder are not a great rebounding team either, so we'll see what gives there. But this is not going to be easy at all for the Pacers. I mean, I like the plus money for the series to go 6 games, and pretty much if we also assume the Thunder are going to win, we just are saying here with this bet the Pacers will win 2 games. I'm going to take a shot here. Again, maybe game 1's the one to steal. But if not, again, they got 2 home games as well. So we'll see what they get done. But what I've seen in the playoffs, they've surprised some teams. Again, they haven't played teams like the Thunder, but I'm going to take a shot here plus money. Not saying this is like smash it or throw 5 units on it or anything, but I'm going to sprinkle something on a little over 5.5 games. That's my first series bet. Second one's a player prop. How about Aaron Nesmith? Most 3-pointers made in the series, plus 425. That's right. We're taking a shot. So he's actually the second favorite. The favorite to hit the most threes in this series is Tyrese Halliburton at an ugly minus 125 odds. So Halliburton will undoubtedly attempt more threes. He has taken 28 more threes in the playoffs than Nesmith, but again, Nesmith's shooting 50% from deep. Hallie is shooting 33.3%. Not as good of a shooter right now. In the Eastern Conference Finals, Halliburton made 16 threes. Nesmith, 16 threes. Again, they literally tied for the series, and we're getting huge plus 425 odds. Nesmith has made 43 3-pointers in the playoffs, more than anyone in the finals right now. I mean, we're getting plus 425. I really don't understand the line. Hallie's going to be getting a ton of the torture chamber. A lot of Caruso here. We're going to talk about more later. But the OKC defense, like we've seen in the 2 regular season games, they're going to be focused on Halliburton. Life is going to be hard for him. Oklahoma City doesn't have any really high volume threes, guys, if you want to go to their team. Lou Dort may be the only worry, but his volume is low. He made just 10 in the Eastern Conference Finals in 5 games. SGA made 7 in 5 games, so not a big deal there. We know he's not a huge 3-point shooter or anything. So I love the odds for a guy that I think is more of a coin flip with Halliburton for most threes made. Again, and Halliburton's going to get the tougher defenders as well. So I'm going to take Nesmith, a little sprinkle here to hit the most threes in this series as my second series best bet. So that's what we got for the futures. But now let's talk game 1. It is time. Again, I have 3 bets. I'm going big. Go big or go home, right? So, well, not really. They're all half unit plays, but still volume wise. Here we go. Bet number 1. It's an alt line parlay, minus 119 on FanDuel. Chet Holmgren, 8+ rebounds. Tyrese Halliburton under 21.5 points. So let's talk Chet. 8+ rebounds. This is a much better rebounding series for Chet. We faded his rebounds twice last series and cashed in both of them. But now it's against Indiana. They're small, bottom 10 rebounding team overall. Chet has faced the Pacers twice this year, 13 and 8 rebounds. 8 was in less minutes due to a blowout. He had 22 and 13 rebound chances in those games. I fully expect close to around 18, maybe up to 20 rebound chances in this game. And then last series for Indiana, you saw Cat, Mitrov, Josh Hart. They've all had a lot of big rebounding games for the Knicks versus this Pacers team. So with Siakam and Turner, really the only big men for Indiana, I like him to have a pretty good rebounding series here. So he could play a lot of minutes at the 5 as well. If Hartenstein has played off the court with some small ball, we'll see how that all shakes out. But his line has moved from 8.5 to 9.5 for a reason. I just need 8 rebounds on this one. Second one, Halliburton under 21.5 points. You're probably going to see a ton of bets for Halliburton unders this series. Not from me, I mean from everybody. But his real line is 17.5. I'm taking it all the way up to 21.5 and taking the under. Now, he's gone under 21.5 points in 11 of 16 playoff games. He's faced the Thunder twice this year, as you guys know. He scored a whopping 4 and 18 points. That's right, 22 total points in 64 minutes against the Thunder. We all know how good OKC is at defending guards. They're absolutely elite defending pick and roll ball handlers. Like I mentioned before, he is going to see Lou Dort, and he struggles against Lou Dort. He's going to see Caruso, SGA, Case and Wallace, all these guys. It is going to be very difficult for him to score 22 points in any game this series, to be honest with you. I expect Thunder to make others beat them, but Hallie can go in big stretches of just not shooting much because he's a guy who just kind of takes whatever the game gives him a little bit. So overall this season, he's gotten under this alt line of 21.5 and 66% of games as well. So I like this alt line. Give me Chet 8+ rebounds, Hallie under 21.5 points. Those two together, that is my first best bet. And now we move on to game number or bet number 2. It's Cason Wallace under 3.5 rebounds, minus 130 on DraftKings for a half unit. Now, Cason Wallace is out there to defend. We know that. He is not much into crashing the glass. In the playoffs, you can see by this outlier screenshot, under this line in 13 of 16 playoff games, 2 or less rebounds in 8 of those games, averaging only 5 rebound chances per game. I mean, I'm not even sure why we're getting a 3.5 line that's playable to the under. Matchup-wise, I expect Wallace to be on Halliburton a lot of the time when he's out there. Again, he's not a starter, but Caruso will also handle some of those duties as well. Caruso's shown that he can defend a lot of people, though. With him defending the main ball handlers of their opponent, it doesn't leave him in great position for rebounds, which is what we've seen. He's faced the Pacers twice already this year. He had 2 rebounds in each game. That's right, just 2. And then minutes-wise, he's averaging 24 minutes per game in the last 10 playoff games. He also doesn't play in blowout situations, so it's something to keep in mind at the end of the game if they are blowing him out. But with games of 25 to 30 minutes this year that he's played, under in 57% of games. For a guy not getting many rebound chances, I don't think this line should be playable at 3.5. So give me Cason Wallace under 3.5 boards. That's my second best bet. Now we move to the final best bet, and it's a pacer. Give me Andrew Nembhard over 7.5 rebounds plus assists at minus 130 on DraftKings for a half unit. I like this matchup for him. So let's talk about why the reason for it exactly. And again, some of this is just kind of predicting matchups and how teams are going to play. It's game 1. We'll see. We're not in these coaches' meetings, unfortunately. But the reason, like I mentioned over and over, I expect OKC to make life very difficult on Halliburton, to pressure him and make others beat them. And this should lead to Nembhard being more of a facilitator, being more of a point guard as well. For this team. So we saw it when the Knicks deployed that strategy against Halliburton. Nembhard had 11 RAs in Game 6 when they tried to take the ball out of his hands, and Nembhard stepped up. So in the 2 games versus OKC this season, we have seen it. He absolutely crushed this line. 16 and 12 RAs for Nembhard. He had a huge 13 and 18 potential assists in those 2 games. Turned that into 7 and 7 assists. That's right. He's almost gone over this with just assists alone in the 2 meetings they already played. As for rebounding, OKC is not a great rebounding team. As we know, he had 9 and 5 rebounds in the 2 games versus OKC, crushing this line. So last series also versus OKC, we saw guys like DiVincenzo have 8 RAs in the last 2 games. NAW had a game with 10 RAs versus OKC. It can get done, and Nembhard is a guy, like we mentioned, he's like point guard 1A in this series is how I'm going to picture it, because Halliburton is going to have a very tough task here. With lots of attention on him. So good rebounding, good assist potential here. We know the minutes are going to be there for Nembhard. And again, he's already gone over this very easily in both matchups in the season. Does that always equate to overs in the playoffs? Not always. But with how Indiana's going to have to play, I think he's going to have to step up here. So give me Andrew Nembhard over 7.5 rebounds plus assists. That is my third and final best bet for game 1. The series bets, the trends, everything you need. Again, leave your comment below. Let me know, who you guys think wins it. Probably OKC, obviously, most of you guys think. And also your best bets for game 1. Let's have some fun. Again, there's not a ton of value on the board when we're this late in the season. We're on game 1 of the NBA Finals. These books are pretty sharp. But hopefully we can start out with a nice 3-0 sweep. Before we get out of here, though, let's check out that recap. All right, there it is. The 3 best bets for game 1. Holmgren, 8+ rebounds, and Halliburton under 21.5 points. Little alt line parlay. Cason Wallace under 3.5 rebounds, and Andrew Nembhard over 7.5 rebounds plus assists. And then the series bets. These are sprinkles for me. Nothing huge, but over 5.5 games, plus 115. Andrew Neesmith, or Aaron Neesmith, I don't know why I said Andrew. Most 3-pointers made in the series, plus 425 on DraftKings. Thank you guys for listening. As always, it's been one heck of an NBA season. A lot of fun talking basketball with you guys every single day. But hope you guys have a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.